Alright, Magic the Gathering fans, well, we're going to be doing a top 5 video, the top 5 green cards that are going to rotate out.
I am the cream, yeah, the cream of the crop.
Yep, Zendikar Rising coming out. So coming in at number 5, and by the way, in the comment section, tell me what you think. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and here we go. Number 5, to me, is Cavalier of Thorns. Now, Cavalier of Thorns from M20, a lot of people forget this card. A really good card. It had reach. It's a 5/6 creature in those early simic ramp decks. You know, when it enters the battlefield, you look at the top 5 cards of your library, you put a land card from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest into your graveyard. This really was the first engine that fed Euro Titan. Yeah, remember before the Sultai decks and all that type of stuff? Just classic simic ramp. Well, this card certainly fueled that Euro Titan. And also when this dies, you can exile it and put a card from your graveyard on top of your library. It penalized your opponents for killing the creature. It was a 5/6. Oh, that will be missed. Number 4 on the list is Pelt Collector. Pelt Collector really fueled not only green aggro decks, or excuse me, Gruul aggro decks, but also green aggro. When you lose this card, that really hurts. In fact, I'm actually going to include for the 4th spot Pelt Collector and Barkhide Troll. This was really what made green aggro in Standard. And so these two, well, they'll be rotated out. Now, the third card I have to put in is Paradise Druid. I mean, Paradise Druid just did all the things that you wanted. It had hexproof. It was a 2/1 for 2. And you can tap it for a mana. Just a simple card. It's just simply good. So Paradise Druid, among the top 5 cards rotating, that will be missed. And there's not another mana dork that really serves this slot coming in Zendikar. There is Lotus Cobra, and stay tuned to the top videos top 10 cards. I think it transitioned from Zendikar into Standard very well. Lotus Cobra, by the way, is going to be one of the cards. But realistically, coming in then at the 3rd spot, I think, is Paradise Druid. It just did everything that you wanted it to do. Unfortunately, the Standard just got so fast that this card kind of forgotten. Luckily enough, the second card is going to be Arbol Grazer. Now, you're like, what? It's an 0/3, but it's got an 0/3. It's got reach. This accelerated. This was played in Bant Control, Simic Ramp, Gruul, and some Gruul decks that wanted to play this out. And let's not forget, in the early Sultai versions, you know, before they could stuff like Teferi Master of Time and every Planeswalker in the format into the deck. Yeah, Arbol Grazer certainly served as a card for more of the spark. When it enters the battlefield, you can put a land card from your hand on the battlefield tapped. Not a broken card, very clean card. It came in the battlefield tapped. And so, leaving the number 1 spot is clearly the number 1 Planeswalker after Teferi Time Raveler was banned, and that is Nissa, Who Shakes the World. It has a passive ability, which War of the Spark was known for having passive abilities. Now, Perfectly Curve, a 5-dropper with 5 loyalty. Whenever you tap a force for mana, add an additional green. And then, of course, the +1, you can grab a land and make it a 3/3 haste elemental creature and -8. If you accomplish that, you can grab lands, as many force-producing lands that you can grab, put them on the battlefield tapped, and oh, by the way, your lands had indestructible. So that is my top 5. Certainly honorable mentions are Leafkin Druid, just because it's an 0/3. It played into the elemental decks. Now, of course, we had bannings of Growth Spiral, which certainly would have been on the list. Growth Spiral really would have probably been the 2nd slot on here. But anyway, guys, tell me what you think for these green cards. What is your going to be missed green card that rotates out? Certainly, there's a lot of them. particularly Nissa Who Shakes the World, I think made the greatest impact in Standard and will be missed. Just not in the Sultai decks. Yeah, we don't like that one. Anyway, guys, that is it. Stay tuned to next time. We'll be going down the top 5 blue cards that are out of Standard. And again, comment and tell me what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Yeah, go ahead and subscribe. If not, and you feel like you contributed in some sort of way, you want to make your day feel a little bit better, just hit the like button.
For watching right there, and this is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's cup of coffee in the big time, yeah.
But drop the comments below and tell me what you think. Yep. Well, anyway, we'll dive into Zendikar pretty soon. And that's it.